Hello everyone, welcome back to the course. In this lecture, we're going to look at object-oriented programming. So by the end of this lesson, you'll understand the basics of object-oriented programming, including classes, objects, properties, methods, instance, and many more. Why learn object-oriented programming in PHP? PHP is widely used server-side scripting language. While traditionally procedural, PHP supports object-oriented programming to help developers create scalable and maintainable applications. Some of the real-world examples are like Laravel, which is a PHP framework that is built in object-oriented principle. Object-oriented programming helps manage large projects by organizing code into reusable and logical components. What is object-oriented programming? So this is a programming paradigm based on concepts of objects that can contain data and methods. Some of the key terms of object-oriented programming include class. So a class is a blueprint or a template for creating objects. We have object. Object is an instance of a class. We have property. So property, these are variables that belongs to an object. Then we have constructor. This is used to initialize properties when an object is created. Then we have method. These are functions that belongs to an object. So let's start by defining our class right here. So class, we're going to call it class car, and it's going to have some properties. So let's include the properties right here on top. So we'll have the properties brand, color, speed, and fuel level. So those are the properties. So right here we can have our constructor. So what constructor does, it initializes properties when an object is created. Then below it we can have a function. So public function. So you can have a function check status. So this is a method because method is simply defined as functions that belong to an object. Then we can have another function right here. So this function we're going to call it drive. So we have two functions and we can refer to these functions as methods because they are found inside the class car. So on drive we want to echo the color and brand that is driven. We can add a conditional statement right here that is going to check the speed and the fuel level. Then it's also going to return the status also based on the color and the brand of the car. So this is going to check the speed. If the speed is greater than 60 and the fuel level is greater than 50, then it will return the color and the brand, and the status will be cruising smoothly. So if the speed is less equal to 60 or the fuel is less equal to 50, then we should get the status as needs a fuel check. Then if both of those conditions are not met, then we'll get the output check the car's condition. So we are going to create our object right here. So the object will be my car is equal to new car. Then we're going to pass the properties. So let's have the first one is the brand Toyota, followed by the color that is red, then followed by the speed, then the fuel level. So we can have the speed as 70 and the fuel level as 60. So let's save this. So now what we are going to do is to call the method check status. So if we call the method check status right here, we should get the status of the car. So we're going to use the object my car to get to the method. So the method check status. So let's save this. So if we run our browser, we are getting the red Toyota is cruising smoothly because our speed is currently at 70 and the fuel is at 60. So meaning if we were to check the status right here, we will have met the first condition that the speed is greater than 60 and fuel is greater than 50. So it's cruising smoothly. So if this was 20, then we'll get the output that this needs a fuel check, because this condition will not be met, but we'll have the fuel level condition met because it's currently at 60. So let's save this and run our browser. So we are getting the red Toyota needs a fuel check. We can also add a line break right here. Then we call another method that is drive. So if we call method drive, we will be calling this function drive that is inside the class car, and we should be getting the color and the brand that is being driven. So let's save this. So let's refresh. So we are getting the red Toyota is driving. So this example summarizes all the concepts of object-oriented programming, that is the class, object, property, constructor, and method. So thank you. See you into our next lecture.